I always wanted to have that like cool, funky intro to like that YouTubers have on these. You know what I mean. Also, ignore these are pants. They are my lucky pants at the moment, so ignore those as well. Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, and welcome back to another video. You probably haven't heard that saying in a long time. That's because I'm actually making this video specifically for YouTube and not just a Twitch highlights video. Wow, that's insane. Anyway, we're gonna talk about a little bit of stuff today. You can tell by the title. I'm gonna try and make this not that long, but there's a lot of things that I want to go over and talk about with all of you. So first and foremost, I think the most important thing to mention is about, when am I recording this? About a little over a month ago now, my mother unfortunately passed away very suddenly in the middle of May. That's why in the middle of May, I think there were like no videos for like basically 2 weeks because I flew back up to New Jersey, obviously from Florida, and had to deal with all of that stuff. And it was obviously not a fun experience. It was very heavy. It was very emotional. She was my mother. It was a lot, but I'm doing okay. I didn't think it was necessary at the time to like make a YouTube video or make a post about it, so that's why I didn't. Because I didn't really think it would affect videos that much, and realistically, it really didn't. But it was just kind of, it was very emotional. It is still something that is obviously, you know, it's going to be something that I think about for the rest of my life, and it's something that I hope, you know, no one has to deal with their parent passing away suddenly when they're at a young age, or really ever. You know, it's just a sucky thing overall. I don't have the nice words to make it better or anything. It's not a fun experience, and it's just something that happens in life that you got to go through and deal with. I've started wearing this necklace that my mother actually had. She didn't have a will because obviously, you know, it was very sudden, but she hated flying. And I had mentioned on Twitter as well, my mom and my grandmother came to visit me in Florida in May. In early April, late March, they came to visit me, like see my apartment. We hung around Miami. Me and my girlfriend and my mom and my grandmother. It was really nice. My grandmother got to meet my girlfriend, and we had a fantastic time in Miami. We got to do a whole bunch of things, and that was like a month before she passed. So I was very glad we got to do all those things with her. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because she didn't have a will, but she hated flying. So before she flew to see me in Miami, she basically wrote everything in case the plane crashed, like what to do, what to have. And she had a lot of like fancy, funny, funky jewelry stuff. My mother was a very lovely and warm-hearted and happy-go-lucky person, and especially when she was around my age. And this is one of the things that she had when she, and I just nice, good job. And this is one of the things that she would wear all the time when she was younger. So I've started wearing it. It's very nice. I like it. So if you're like, Couriway, why are you wearing a necklace? That's why. Yeah, it was obviously not fun, but I think that to start this video off, I think that's an important thing to know. So the rest of everything I'm going to talk about kind of stems from that as well. That's why I thought it was a really important thing to bring up. It's things that I've thought about before that happened, but I think because of my mother's passing and it being so sudden, and it really kind of driving home the idea to me of like, you don't know. Like, you don't know what's going to happen the next day. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what the future holds. And I think it really kind of stuck with me to live in the moment a lot more than I normally do, and do what I think is best for me going forward, so I can enjoy every day as much as I can, and move in the right direction every day in my life, if that makes sense. That's what I'm going to try and talk about now. So many of you know, if you've been a long-time subscriber, that before I was actually a full-time YouTuber or streamer, I was a full-time graphic designer. I was a graphic designer. I was a creative director at other levels. I had done a bunch of stuff art-wise. I've always loved art. I've been doing art forever. I make all my own thumbnails. I made most of my channel art, especially early on. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing, and something that I think I have a keen eye for, and something that I've worked really hard to get good at. Even before my mother's passing, I had thought about the idea of going back to design. It was always kind of an idea that tantalized me. Like, you know, I love what I'm doing with YouTube and Twitch and streaming and content creation, but there was always that itch in me that's like just the design element that I'm not able to scratch as much with YouTube, especially because like the thumbnails that do the best are the ones that you like put the least amount of effort in, if that makes any kind of sense. They're just more like the silly ones that kind of just end up working out. But I've always loved the thought of design, specifically with teams and franchise sport organizations, stuff like that. That's what I had done in graphic design previously, more with video games than like traditional sports, like something like basketball or baseball. I had done more like video gamey stuff, which I really, really enjoyed. But when this opportunity presented itself, obviously, I kind of shifted gears from what I was doing and wanted to give this a full 100% chance and see how I felt about it. And like I said, I've absolutely loved it. It has been absolutely awesome, and I've loved pretty much every second of it. Especially, I've really loved streaming more. It's probably apparent between the YouTube videos. I think mainly just because the thing with speedrunning and YouTube is speedrunning just makes more sense for Twitch just because of the nature of it, because you're grinding attempts more than like making content. It's very different than being like just like a Minecraft content creator. And like for me specifically, I don't really enjoy making the types of videos that's like Minecraft, but blah 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 blah, which I've done some similar ones in the past. I've done some like speedrunning set seed videos where it's like, can I speedrun the seed blank in whatever time, like a Christmas ones, all that stuff. And when I was doing YouTube originally to grow, I think that was a really smart thing to do. But the point of all those videos was to be able to stream my like either world record attempts or whatever I wanted to stream speedrunning wise. And it worked out because I've really been focusing on streaming a lot more. So if you're sensing what I'm talking about, you probably know where I'm going with this. I really want to get back into design again. And it was something, like I said, that I had been thinking about before, but with my mother's passing, my mother actually also knew that I wanted to do this. She was kind of shocked. She's like, are you sure you want to go back? Don't you love what you do? I'm like, yes, I do. I love what I do. But there's just that itch with design that I haven't scratched in a really long time. And you know what? Just screw it. Wait, let me... This way. Whoa! If I sit back... Look, I'll sit back like a professional YouTuber. I need to go more... No, this way. I'm so smart. I can put on the screen over here some cool art stuff that I made for like sport teams very, very recently. Like just my own personal kind of getting back in the groove of things that I've really, really enjoyed doing. And I want to get more into it. And I've done so much for it recently. Like I've made a completely brand new portfolio, which I'll link in the description. I've really tried to get back into the swing of things. I've been trying to design a little bit every single day because I'm serious about this. Like I've applied to jobs, and basically what I'm getting at is the month of June is going to be my last full month as a full-time content creator with streaming, with YouTube, with everything. I want to primarily focus more on getting back into design and hopefully finding a job with a sports team with design or in an art director role or something like that, because that's what I have experience in. That's what I feel strongly about. And it's something that I enjoy that I wasn't able to really do with traditional sports. And it's something that I feel like now at this point in my life, I'm ready for and I want to do. And I think I'm really, really excited for it. I've been loving putting in the work. I've been loving putting in the effort. So with that being said, June will be the last month of me being a full-time YouTuber, streamer, whatever you want to call it. That doesn't mean I'm going to stray away from streaming or doing anything content creation wise ever again. It just kind of means that I'm going to do it less frequently, but also do more things that I might enjoy a little bit more than the consistent stress of trying to speedrun 100 hardcore speed runs in a row without dying, or something like the 1K Siege challenge, which was absolutely mental when I was doing it, and focus more on things that I might want to do that I don't have to worry about, like how it performs or what's my view count, what's the views doing. And I think at the end of the day, that's what's been like such a stressful part of this, because I'm not some like super upper tier, like 5,000 viewer Andy or whatever. Like it's just, you kind of never know what's going to happen as a creator that's doing it full time, that's not like super, super big. And you're kind of just always at the risk of like falling off, for lack of a better word. And that's something that I just don't want to ever be in the situation of. And I'd much rather go out on my own terms and just do things my way and have more fun with it and not have to worry about like, oh my god, this is my like main source of income. I need to get a video that is gonna get like 100k views right now, or else like I'm not gonna make as much money. Like I don't want to be in that situation ever. Like that just sounds awful. And I feel like, this past however long it's been, really like a year and a half of doing this full time, I've kind of always worried about that stuff, just because I guess because I'm young and I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years. Like what if I have like 2 viewers, like what's gonna happen? And it's just, it's such a fluctuating field, and it's just something that I don't want to deal with, frankly, anymore, in a stability sense. So like I said, like I'm definitely still gonna stream. I'm definitely still gonna make YouTube videos, albeit probably on more obscure things that I just randomly want to talk about, or have them be like much more chill in a sense, rather than like hoping that a video like pops off or anything with like crazy title, crazy thumbnail, like blah blah blah. You get the idea of what YouTube is now, you know. So I feel like I'm kind of hitting all the points here. I talked about my mother's passing, which is obviously, you know, that was the thing. I talked about this not being my full-time thing anymore. I've talked about what I want to eventually do, and that's really all I have to say. Like, I didn't want this video to be super long. So the game plan, I guess, for the rest of June is, I highly recommend, if you're not already, follow me on Twitch. At the time this video is going live, I will be live on Twitch streaming my final-ish hardcore 100 hardcore attempts. I don't know if I'm gonna call it after this attempt. I'm currently on a 25 streak right now. Yeah, I might be dead by the time you come in the stream. I might be on 1. I might have just ended stream because I was mad if I died, but I should be live on like 26 or 27, hopefully. And I'm gonna call it at the end of June, or like near the end of June, whenever I feel like it's time to call it. I'm pretty close to that because it's just been such a hard challenge, and like I said, I want to just focus on other things. I've gotten to the point where, as someone who's very driven and very like focused all the time, I hate the idea of quitting a challenge, but at the same time, like, it's such a difficult challenge. I got farther, frankly, with the 70 streak than I thought I was going to, and I've hit 50 twice, which is crazy. I don't think that streak's been on YouTube yet. Actually, I think it has. I don't know if it has. No, it hasn't. I don't think it has. Regardless, I hit 50 twice, which is cool, and I'm just, you know, I'm trying my best with it, and it's been fun. But like I said, like, I'm at the point where I have nothing left to prove. Like, I've beaten Minecraft 1,000 times. I've beaten it another like 600 times in the hardcore challenge. So I've beaten Minecraft more than anybody ever by a lot. So that's really cool that I can always kind of say that I have, at least for now. And there was a point in time where I had that achievement, which is awesome. I've held 5 different world records. I've won Twitch Rivals 3 times. I've won other events. I'm satisfied. I've been able to live my dream for the past 18 months after the most traumatic 6 months of my life, which I'm not going to get into. But if you've been around for a while, you probably know what I'm talking about. And it was to be able to go from that to basically starting this channel at the lowest point of my life and making this video at the highest point in my life, because I feel like I have such a sense of direction and passion for what I want to go into and focus towards in the future, is something that is really priceless. And I cannot thank all of you enough for helping me get through the last 18 months of my life and being there for me without realizing it, and enjoying what I do, and just being a part of something bigger than just me is always cool, you know? If you would have told 13-year-old me starting YouTube in his dad's apartment with my friend sitting behind me that when I started recording my first video, that was a Hunger Games that I got in with the Camping Rusher and Child Dolphin and some other Minecraft content creator from like 2013, that I would get this far and be living in my own apartment in Miami with my girlfriend, playing Minecraft for a living, I don't know what they'd say, but I'm sure they'd think I was pretty cool, hopefully. This video's dragged on long enough. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the comment section down below. TLDR, I'm very excited to try and pursue graphic design and art direction again, specifically in a franchised sports field, specifically in basketball, or really minor league baseball has kind of been my thing that I've been looking at a lot, just because like minor league baseball in the US is so cool. It's a smaller market, so I feel like you're more in touch with your fan base, which I think is really awesome, and just a cool way to see people grow and move up in the world. It's almost like teaching, kind of, in a sense. I don't know how to describe it. It's really cool to me. That's what I would love to do. I'd love, like, dream job would be like art director of like AA or AAA baseball team. Like, put me on there. That'd be so awesome. But anyway, that's gonna do it. Like I said, if you have any questions, I will do my best to read all the comments on this and answer them. And thank you for this insane journey. And like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Just in a full-time capacity, I'm gonna be taking a step back a little bit. So thank you so much. I look forward to reading the comments, and I'll talk to you all next time. Peace out, everyone.